abbiate paura. Siamo qui per proteggervi e prenderci cura di voi. Ricordate, siete il bene più prezioso, imprescindibile. Siete voi le elette, allevate e cresciute esclusivamente per fini riproduttivi. Come sapete, siete le uniche superstiti della razza in grado di procreare. Sfortunatamente, anche l'ultimo individuo di giovane maschio fertile si è estinto. Ma non preoccupatevi, siamo qui per aiutarvi. A breve si compirà il miracolo. Siate orgogliose di prendere parte a questo ambizioso progetto e contribuire attivamente alla sopravvivenza e ripopolamento della specie. Care vergini, non abbiate paura. Siamo qui per proteggervi e prenderci cura di voi. Ricordate, siete il bene più prezioso, imprescindibile. Siete voi le elette, allevate e cresciute esclusivamente per fini riproduttivi. Come sapete, siete le uniche superstiti della razza in grado di procreare. Sfortunatamente, anche l'ultimo individuo di giovane maschio fertile si è estinto. Ma non preoccupatevi, siamo qui per aiutarvi. A breve si compirà il miracolo. Siate orgogliose di prendere parte a questo ambizioso progetto e contribuire attivamente alla sopravvivenza e ripopolamento della specie.
Ja, einen wunderschönen guten Tag. Guten Tag, ja. Und herzlich willkommen in der Fabrik. Ich werde gleich ins Englische switchen, weil wir nicht ganz alleine sind. I will switch to English very soon. Just a couple more German words. Ja, wir freuen uns sehr, das Format Étape Danse auch in diesem Jahr wieder Ihnen zeigen zu können. Die erste Veranstaltung live in der Fabrik seit, ich glaube, November. Und jetzt, von jetzt ab, dann häufiger und öfter drücken Sie uns, wir drücken uns alle die Daumen, dass es so bleibt und dass Sie auch bald wieder hier sind und mehr live auf der Bühne sehen können an Veranstaltungen dann ab September mit Tanztagen, Unidram und dem Festival für Tanz von jungen Choreografinnen, Choreografen, Tänzerinnen hier im September. But now I switch to English. Say hello, welcome again. Étape Danse, a format which we do since many years with a lot of partners in Europe, in France and Italy. We invite artists from all three countries every year to residencies in Potsdam, but also in our partner places in Uzès, in Nîmes, and since 3 years also in Turin. We're very happy about this format. It was initiated by the Institut français a few years ago. I'm also happy that Hermann Heisig from the Institut is here tonight with us, one of the strong backbones of this project, but also Liliane Schaus, I hope you are there at this time in Uzès, also François in Nîmes, and now I have to look, sorry, and Natalia Casarotti from Turin, that you're all with us today to introduce the three artists we have in the program this year. And we started with the show, the production from Italy, with Carlo Massari and the piece called Rite of Spring. And Carlo is not here with us in Potsdam, but he is in Belgium, I think, today.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Hello, very nice to meet you. You were here last week, working very intensively on stage. Yes. The project is already one of the most advanced of all three performances you will see tonight. So my very first question, and we will keep it short, but I think it's nice also for everybody to have a chance to ask a question or to get a little bit more context. It's a very strong piece of music and dance you're referring to. You're kind of looking into the Rite of Spring again. Many choreographers, artists have done that in the past. I was wondering what was the original reason why you came back to Sacre, and
So good morning, Sven. So basically, the idea, the concept of the Rite of Spring, I think is like, for me, something necessary to explain. I joke in the idea of the rite. So the rite is, in English, the translation of the right, which I changed the word and I put the right. So what is right and who decide the sense of the right? For me, the sense of this creation of this production, it's important in the idea and the concept of the responsibility and possession of our body. And at the same time, it's for me in connection, really in straight connection with the society. And as usual in the creation of our company, it's in a straight relation with the idea and the concept of imposition of something. So these virgins, for me, in the idea, in the concept, in my concept, they are close like in an intensive factory, in intensive factory farming. And so they stay and they have to stay there to reproduce to be pregnant and reproduce the life. So there is the body of the human, the body of the woman, and yeah, the situation and of the animals inside the intensive factories. Yeah, for me, basically, is this. There is a strict connection, and I try to preserve the connection and the idea, the original concept by Stravinsky of the rite of spring. I mean, the rite of spring is separate, is cut in different titles. So composed by 7 and 6 titles. I try to preserve and work with the original idea and concept of Stravinsky, and try to recreate it in the new contemporary, I can say, concept. At the same time, yeah, of course, it's a big responsibility, because Rite of Spring is the choreography of Rite of Spring are made by Pena and etc. So it's a big responsibility, of course, to work with.
Just another question, because you're mentioning responsibility. I was also, I mean, I experienced you here in our kitchen, like very close, a strong and very big team. We saw 6 dancers, 6 female dancers on stage now, but your team is much bigger, and you will have, I think, also more performers in the piece. But of course, we see female dancers. We hear it's a topic which is very strongly in the narration, but of course, in the essence, related to the female body. And you, as a male choreographer, I was wondering how you created the process, how you involved the team, what were the topics, and yeah, or the topics you were discussing, or you were like facing in this period where you are, as a male choreographer, yeah, in a way forming and shaping this dystopian female world.
Okay, so for me, so on stage there will be 18 people, 18 females. So it will be really hard work, because we will have the dancer at the end. At the same time, not professional performers, that there will be the oldest, like the grandma, I can say, and then we will have the young group of the younger, so the babies that will stay on stage with. Yeah, the idea and the concept for me is, yeah, it's quite hard to explain now, because was really hard, long and complicated, the creation. I tried to work with the performers in strict relation, in strict connection. And we work in an improv style. I mean, I started to work with the improvisation, and then little by little, I start to stratificate this improv. And at the end, yeah, you have the result that you can see right now. We will perform, we will have the premiere the 8th of September in Rovereto, in the festival Oriente Occidente. And yeah, there you can see all the long piece. It will be 1 hour piece. So it's quite hard, because from the beginning, all the cast will be on stage all together. Yeah, so it's quite complicated and articulate to define it, but also I think it's special, especially in this moment, in the historical moment, where if you see to the theater, sometimes you see a solo or a duo or a trio maximum. To see 18 people on stage. So we did it.
It's a big challenge, yeah, and that's true. We need it.
Yeah, we have to, I think.
Yeah. Thank you, Carlo. And I think we have to continue now. We will, let you go back to another project you're working on in Brussels right now.
Yeah, so I'm here because we had the premiere last night, and tonight we have the second performance of Beast Without Beauty. Right is the third chapter of this trilogy, and the first is Beast Without Beauty, the second is Les Miserables, and the third is Right. So we are here to perform. Last night we did, and tonight we will.
So all best for tonight, and then also all the best for the rest of the process until 8th of September. And who wants to go to Rovereto, you have a chance to see the entire piece there with 18 performers on stage. Thank you, Carlo.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
And for everybody who's at home or at work, in front of a screen, following us, watching us, you are happily invited to send your feedbacks, also ask questions. Sorry, I didn't ask Jean if he did have any. No? Okay. But Jean is here at the computer and will let us know if there's anything you also want to contribute or to ask. Otherwise, we continue with the next part tonight, Hermann Heisig, 7 Spells, and Hermann Heisig and team.
Hello. Hello. Bonjour. I am Hermann. Io sono Hermann. Je suis Hermann. And together with me are 2 more people. Zusammen mit 2 anderen Kolleginnen habe ich hier in Potsdam die letzten Tage zugebracht als Trio. This is Roger. Hello. Ecco Roger. Hola. Et là, il y a Elpida. Here's Elpida. And the last days, we were experimenting. Abbiamo fatto delle sperimentazioni on the connection between melodies and gestures. La connexion entre les gestes et les mélodies. And of course, not to forget the space. Und dabei sozusagen auch den Raum nicht ganz aus den Augen zu verlieren. Whoa. 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 Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hello.
Are we right? Hello. Hello, Hermann. Welcome. Very nice to have you back, have you here. And this time with Roger and Elpida. You already introduced your team. From a solo to a trio.
Exactly. That was what happened these days, kind of. Because I started this project as a solo project, and then we have been in one of the Étape Danse residencies in Lavanderia, Vapore, near Turin in Italy. And this was together with Roger. So we were two, and now the last days we've been 3 people.
So there was not from the beginning the idea to have like a 2-version project under in a similar what do you say universe, but that like really developed from the process that you say we extend our team.
I mean, that was the idea from the beginning. Then, of course, COVID made our plans a little bit different. I started from a solo research, and now it's kind of also the beginning of the process, how to kind of go from 1 to 2 to 3, and to see what that means also in terms of,
I was like only noticing that now here, seeing the run-throughs yesterday, and it was not intentionally, but every piece, every choreographer somehow is using the voice or is kind of referring to voice and physicality in very different ways. And then I was again quite intrigued by your titles. Like of the previous productions of the solo as well with Singing Machine, but before you were working on Dalcross and the relationship between movement and voice, and there was your title Slave to the Rhythm. So I was wondering, is there a specific hierarchy? Do you feel that? Are you working on that idea? What independency or not independency is between voice and movement or body?
I mean, I don't see it. I think there's no hierarchy in that sense, but I think for me it's it's interesting to explore the relation, because in the end I think I'm into, let's say, I'm researching into musicality and repetition in that sense. So, but also the odd side, the awkward side of it. So sometimes when maybe your voice does not do what your body does, or so it's in a way, or the other way around. So it's synchronizing and desynchronizing in a way, and it's for me dealing also with a body that has to do several things at the same time, in that sense of moving and singing, for example, or voicing, or as well kind of relating to space and objects. Yeah, so in a sense, that's how I came to research more on the connection between voice and gesture in that sense.
And in your artistic practice and biography, it's like a process. You're going deeper and deeper. No? I think it feels like the voice arrived later.
It arrived a bit later, yes, yes. I mean, I think I was a long time. I was busy with how the body works, or how I can how I can understand the body on stage. And I think then now it started more. I think that. I was working on situations on stage that are, let's say, based on multiple layers of the body, of the voice, and so on. But it's a process, it's a discovery that we do.
Thank you, and we are happy to be part of this discovery today. Are there any questions or remarks from our house or in the internet? No, hell there. Okay, then just let us know the next steps of the process and where we would see the performance potentially, hopefully, for the first time.
I think now the next steps are to meet more, the 3 of us. This will happen mostly in Berlin, and then beginning of next spring we go to Uzès to have a residency there. And so we orient on a premiere middle of next year, like hopefully May or June 2022. Yeah.
Super. Okay, so we are looking forward. Thank you very much. Thanks to Roger and Elpida from the, here. I'm disoriented too. And you can ask more questions if you like later also in the foyer. I definitely have some on the costumes, but I will spare them. Thank you.
Good,
and we continue with Anna Massari and the last part of today's evening, it's today's day. See you. So first, excuse my mistake, it's Anna Massoni, not Massari. That was Carlos Massari. I knew it would happen, but yeah, thank you very much. It was really wonderful to have you here for the very first time in Potsdam and to discover a new choreographer from France, and that's also the intention, the reason of the entire program, that the three partners, three cities can introduce artists from their surrounding, from their neighborhood, from their collaborations. And it's really was really nice to discover also this specific material, this specific practice you carry and you bring with us. I feel this being invited in following you while you are composing a piece. You mentioned what kinesthetic empathy, which I totally like. It totally ring all bells with me. For I have this different relationship I feel is there created between an observer or an audience and a performer, creator at the same time. You continue also a work you've done before, but this time music plays or sound plays a different part, or it's also a new step for you. So I would like, maybe you introduce also your team and tell us a little bit more about the next step in this creation.
This is a new solo. I made a first solo called Notte 2 years ago, and in this previous solo I was really working with only voice and movement, and I was the only all the relationships between voice and movement, rhythmical, polyphonical, everything was coming from my own body. And for this new work, I wanted to question this and to kind of explode these possibilities for relationships with other materials like sound and light. So this week I worked with Renaud Golo, who is up there working on thinking with us also about the use of music in this piece, and Vincent Weber is following me for dramaturgy, we are making the things together. And so this was really, I'm in the middle of the process for the creation. The premiere will be in January. And the tryout now was really the focus we had was to find the principles or the rules that we could use between these elements to somehow be able afterwards to build really a score. So I have also worked a lot on movement and movement material, which I didn't show now, like other stuff, but I wanted to take the opportunity to try this, these relationships, and we just made it these last days. So
and they also showed me again, and I want to mention this again, that what we see is like a moment of a process, always again and again. And you gave us the warning that it will look very different than to yesterday. And it did on one side, of course, we had open space and open windows, and the music range was from Cage to Tchaikovsky and you know more. And today it felt like another big another step into a direction. And you mentioned movement material. Is it an instant composition, or do you have a very clear score?
It's super written.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm really impressed because it was very written differently yesterday.
But of course, it plays then very differently according to the music. How we put everything together.
And you imagine the piece in a theater or also in other locations?
No, I think about it more for theaters.
Yeah.
Then I don't know, but it's also this. I didn't really try, but this corner of a curtain was something we also wanted to try as a part, also with the vocabulary of theater in a way, of this place we are in. So,
Thank you. I put down the glasses so I can say, yeah, it's La Manufacture in Bordeaux in January, and then also at the Les Évernales in Avignon in February, Panton and Uzès, of course. Wonderful to have you here, and thank you
thank you very much.
Yeah, I just thank you for joining us wherever you are right now in the internet online space, and thank you for coming today. As I mentioned, hope to see you soon. Again, we have the opportunity to have a little lunch outside together. Feel free to ask or just approach the artists you've seen, share your opinion, and enjoy the moment, as we say. Thank you very much.